good day, good afternoon. In fact, I want to discuss with you an important subject, anger threshold. In your life, and how do we ensure that we manage ourselves without catastrophes and all catastrophes coming to us. So we are to live with executive, empathic, forward movement thinking, and what may go wrong when we are not in living like that is that we shift to bottom up regulation and bottom up behavior, which is reacting to the last thing or the next thing, driven from the past, from our amygdala hypothalamus system, which is not a good way to live on. So this is how I want to address this issue. How do you not live like in post-traumatic stress disorder, living from the last bad thing, last forceful thing, last violent thing, or whatever that was last? How do we make every step count for our future? How do we make every step count for our kids? That's the theme I want to get on to. Firstly, I want to look at sources or roots of anger. One, our last hurt or long-standing hurt. Now, my last clip was about 12 houses in which we have lived and we still live. So our mother's womb, it affects us still, what happened to us. Father's paternal ancestry, maternal ancestry, it affects us. Then even our forebears, even before that, affects us. Then our kind of education we have had. So different schools, the different houses we have gone through. And what hour of entrance that a certain event had into our life, how forceful it was. So there was this boy, it was a family of two. There was this boy who expected to be accepted how he did it his way. Now boys passing 12 and 14, girls also are quite like that. They want to be accepted on their own terms. So then father and mother must be careful to see that you don't totally reject them, not approve all they do, but first affirm. Then appreciate. Affirm always, appreciate always. So 3A Fitch rating for the 14-year-old, even late in life this is important. Affirm, appreciate, then get on to approval. Means to the extent you can agree with it, you agree. Where you don't agree with it or you can't endorse it, you have to voice it in that language. So the boy or girl or your son or daughter or whoever, it may be a work junior, you have to speak to them the language of commendation, celebration, then calibration. If you first speak to them calibration, they're no good, or you should have done this much better. First tell them how good it is before you get into the language of much better. So this boy, family of two, seemingly the younger fellow always did it right, and parents made it like that. When parents spoke, it came out as if younger fellow always got it right. And the first fellow was born in the midst of uncertainty. There was family strife from father's side. The marriage was not approved. So having the first son, first child, had difficulties. Financially also they were, let's say, not so well. And so the first child bore the brunt of the marital conflict. So lots of families have not packaged this, what marital conflict there was. And if the first child was born before wedlock, yeah, that's right. 1 in 4 children in conservative Sri Lanka are conceived before wedlock. So hasty marriage, the shame factor and all that, you need to know that 1 in 4 kids in Sri Lanka are born, conceived before wedlock. Then quickly a marriage is arranged, but often the first option that is thought of is not marriage but an abortion. So that's the tragedy of it, even in conservative Sri Lanka. So the first boy faced all this. So when he's born, he acts in a way as if he was rejected, as if he's not so accepted, as if he's under tension, always to prove. He has to prove himself. And father's words, mother's words may come, not enough. Not enough. That's how he will interpret. Not enough home chores, not enough that, not enough for mathematics, not enough for sports. Never let that language come out of you. So the younger one did it well, and one particular day what he did was very accepted, and the older one seems to not get right anything at home or at school, and it was imprinted in his head. Whatever I do, it goes the wrong way, so might as well do something wrong so that even if I get scolded, no harm, I deserved it. So his language will have, I deserved it, I never get anything right, stupid, teachers are stupid, this one is stupid. So this word stupid they use a lot. When a child is using the language stupid, you need to check with him what was that door that got him to feel it's stupid, it's useless, that he's not getting a reward for his effort. Because kids from very young days must move in initiation, navigation, successful in conclusion, reward, well done. So firstly, the reward well done must come from his inside. This is the top-down regulation of the prefrontal cortex. So if a child, so then he's encouraged, he's geared up for the next hour. So 45 minutes we do with dopamine. 15 minutes we check back with serotonin. Dopamine works for salience, serotonin works for satiety. Well done, good reward, how do I improve? That's the modus in which a child should be mentored. That's the curriculum. Do, improve. Do, well done, improve. You have to get to do, well done, improve. That's the curriculum. You have to get that entrenched. That's coaching. That's entrench them in your mind. So these days, dad and mom have to be the first coach. So this older boy seems to have had a entrance not very accepted, rushed. His entrance into life was rushed or fraught with trouble, conflict, no peace kind of situation. And then, this is the picture I want to draw. He came out of that room. Let's say the first 3 years was a room. So our life goes from room to room. Entry, exit, entry, exit. And his first 2 years in his life, it went on like that, just imagine. And then I see this toddler suddenly came out of the room as if he was not much wanted in that room. He heard nuisance, you're always troubling, you're always yelling, you're always asking for something, you're never satisfied. Whatever language he heard, boy came out, and the steps are not made, they were broken. He stumbled, fell, and he looked back with nobody. He cried, nobody came. He had to get up on his own. Have you been in a situation like that? You felt as if you had to get up on your own. And he looked back and he looked at that door with such sorrow and grief. Now advance it to he's 14 years old now. He's 14 years old. Another rushed entrance, whatever that was. School had to be changed maybe because they said this fellow is a nuisance in the class. Now he's looking like ADHD. His attention span is short. His attention depth is shallow. Every class teacher has said it's a nuisance having him in the class. I'm painting a picture, okay, but the picture is true to life. And then at 14 years again, he's out of the door. And he's still in the parents' house. His food is provided. His clothes are provided. People are asking whether I can do this in Sinhala. Yes, tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. I'll do this in Sinhala. The same thing, yeah, tomorrow. But today, this is my hour to do it in English. Sorry about it. So, මම හෙට ඉරිදා උදේ 9:45ට මම මේක සිංහලෙන් කරනවා on වෙලා පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න. Then also I want to tell you, I'm Dr. Lalith Mendis. I normally speak on pharmacology often because my last post, official post, was as head of Department of Pharmacology in a state medical faculty. Yes, the COVID situation is alarming, but I want to assure you there is early therapy available to prevent the lung problem coming on. So if you are interested, send me a WhatsApp message to the WhatsApp number +94 76 313 4800. It is better that you also send your doctor's telephone number if you really want to have a technical thing, because I feel more comfortable in sending it to a doctor. Maybe he's my student somewhere. And my article on this management is published in the College of General Practitioners Sri Lanka newsletter, which I can send. So, but we were on. So that's it. The alarm is unnecessary, because if this early home therapy is given, hypoxia will not come, lung will not be involved, oxygen will not be necessary. So there's a way to be quite certain that death doesn't have to come. Obviously, if death is not a problem, if it's not so serious, people will not get trouble like this. So I'm getting back to so this boy who was 3 is now 14 again. He had a rushed entrance. Entrance was also not good, and now his exit is also rushed out. And again he stumbles on the steps. And again he's wounded, and he looks back at that door that put him out so suddenly. Now it may be a physical, literal door was shut, or it may just a metaphorical door, some season in life. At age 13, you have to handle them very carefully, because they are moving into the season when they will listen to peers more than parents. So you have to be careful before the age of 13, grow your relationship so that they listen to you more than the outside, because after 13, they will listen to the world more. Secondly, it's only up to till the age 13 that you will that they grow their memory tracks. Our brain brilliance depends on, as I have many books about this, Train Brain Brilliant. Let me try to get you some of them. Here it is, Parenting Heart and Brain in a Digital Dominant Age. This is all available from Saraswati bookshops or Vijayappa or our own bookshop. 374 Leslie Ranagala Math. We call it Apeksha Bookshop, also Apeksha Bookshop in Moratuwa, just opposite the Moratuwa Stadium. Right Learning and Recovering Childhood. These are some books parents can read, lots of books more. So you go to a Saraswati bookshop and drop in and see, or Apeksha Bookshop in Moratuwa. So this boy is now 14 years old. He looked back, and that his memory is terrible. Now he's living on his memory. It is a little like the post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. So you have a sorrowful thing, someone close to your heart died, maybe died suddenly, or you went through a patch of bad experiences, and then your dreams begin to change. Dreams are very important of healthy life, mental and emotional health. Even very important part of immunity. Get your sleep right, get your dreams right. Your immunity is revamped through the night. That's the Good Shepherd's design. Through the night, our immunity gets revamped well. That's the whole idea of getting a good night's sleep. If we disturb our night onset, sleep onset, especially after 7 p.m, fast digital games, 4K, 8K television watching for long hours, fast activity on a pixel screen will disturb your dreams, will disturb your sleep, will disturb melatonin, will disturb your immunity. And so it is important to get a good night's sleep. I have clips on different subjects, so ask me for the clip in that WhatsApp number, +94 76 313 4800. And also I have my app which you can download free, Golden Nuggets, Dr. Lalith Mendis. Google for Android and Apple Store for iPhone. You can get that app. All my talks are there in it. So this boy looked back and said, I never had a fair deal in my life. So these are bad exits, and he was warned at that door. Don't leave suddenly because you get thrown. because there's something waiting in the next step to catch you and distract you and send you in the wrong direction. Have you ever stumbled on a bad stairway, or stumbled on a rock that you did not see? A rock or a root in your pathway that you did not see. Have you stumbled on it? And you what happens when you stumble? You lose momentum. Then you get to the next thing, next hour, in the push and the rush and the hatred and the anger of this hour. So there's hurt, there's humiliation, horror or fear. Then some go with hatred. Some go inside with hatred, they hate themselves. Some go outside with hatred, they hate others. And then comes this fifth H, I call this 5H syndrome. Hexes, things happening inexplicably, the same thing, repetition. Same cycle of things, rushed entry, unsolved or not concluded business. You start and disrupt, start and disrupt. You don't get to that initiation, navigation, successful and conclusion, good reward, I can do more, I'm set up for the next hour, I'm set up for the next season of life. On your marks, get set, go. So this boy remembered the many doors that had got disrupted, and this bad momentum he got into, which gets into the amygdala, and it always remembers, reminds, recurs, regurgitates. That's what amygdala does. Similar incidents happen, you recruit memories and you live them. You sort of say, you sort of prove the point that some senior said about you, he'll never amount to something. Such things go on working in the lives of people. So that's what was that source of anger? The hurt that you remembered for not being accepted. Then there may be a hurt out of an injury, abuse injury that you remember. 90% of sexual abuse in Sri Lanka happens in the home environment by a close relative. A colleague of mine, a professor of community medicine, she did this research while she was attached to the Ruhuna medical faculty. 90% of sexual abuse happens in the home environment. So that is a second source of hurt and anger reaction. Third source, discontentment. I do not have what I want to have. I don't even have what I need to have. So the anger of lack. Now this is not merely that family is poor, that it didn't happen to you at the needed time from your dad or from your mom or from any other benefactor you looked up to. You understand how it goes? So that's how it goes. Then anger of physical infirmity. When you have a physical infirmity, you feel angry all the time. Then there's anger of aroused, perverted sexual rage. Children, because of the effect of the pixel screen and because of the aroused environment, they get into bad sexual experiments too early. So we must consider marriage as lifelong, and with sexual activity is a sexual urge is very strong, sexual desire is very deep, and sexual intimacy is very drawing. So it must be kept only for one lifelong experience. So when that area is aroused and hurt, that anger can be quite a rage, and people may play the part to put people into trouble angrily. Then there's these are different sources of anger. Next we get on to anger management, but you must first go to that door that you left suddenly with grief, hurt, humiliation, fear, and your sense of badly treated. That now, do you know someone who went through all this? This is the picture of the Good Shepherd who came looking for us and got very hurt. So that had thorns, a cross, stripes, bad words, insults, put downs, kangaroo court, every kind of human experience that have gone wrong. The Good Shepherd in his life took upon himself the stripes, the beatings, the public insults, all that, depreciation, racial talk and power, all that went against him. So it is all that has been taken over, that he might say to us, I can keep you without anger, you will not need. He is a good shepherd, you shall not need. So this haunting thing of need, unmet, it wasn't done, I am lacking, discontent, who will give me, what, where, all the time, I get the wrong end of the stick kind of thing. He says, no, I'll give you the best that is there for your life. 2, I'll lead you for more. So when kids feel, or you feel, I don't know how old you are, you may be 14, 24, you may be 30 or 36, you may be 42, a critical age. I have done clips for those who are between 40 and 45. At any stage, even 70-year-olds are saying, give me a little space, daughter, from your life. Are you coming to see me today? So even a 70-year-old says, give me a little space, give me a little time, give me a little opportunity, give me a little embrace, give me a little contact. That's what a young fellow is asking. So if the young fellow is asking many questions and behaving in an obnoxious way, he's asking for attention. So when he's asking for attention and he's getting the wrong attention of a stick or shout or very nasty, hastily trying to correct him, get rid of the idea of correction. What they need is the 3 F reading. 1, affirmation. 2, appreciation. 3, approval in the area he got it right. And adjustment, room, opportunity, space and time. Adjustment needs dad's space and time. When going is smooth, mom manages internal areas securely and well. But when going is not good, father needs to come and give that extra help. Okay, that's how kids grow. So there's one more area of anger. Anger as response to threat, invasion and injustice. Then when you get angry, do not do the wrong thing, and don't let your anger go with you to bed, because everyone needs to sleep on GABA and not on cortisol and adrenaline. Cortisol and adrenaline and dopamine is what works when you're angry. GABA is that childlike feeling. We say, when he sleeps, he's like a child. Yeah, that's right. That's GABA, empathy. And when they are falling asleep, they want to tell you, Dad, this went wrong, Tati, mega verduna. So you have to be there when they are falling asleep. 9 o'clock, children going to sleep time is not TV time. Children going to sleep time is dad's shepherd time. Like the good shepherd, you go by their bed and hang around a little. And if you hang around a little, they will tell a lot. So 7 o'clock is happy family hour. 7:30 is eating time. Whoever is doing what, whether Sri Lanka is winning the 100-meter gold or what not, still 7:30 is happy meal time. Meal time is not a court case. No asking mathematics at meal time. Meal time is for good manners, good habits, good talks, good meal. Mom prepared, who knows, some homes dad may prepare and mom may eat, but most homes mom prepares and dad eats. So meal time is oxytocin time, good communication time, serotonin time, satisfaction time. So from age 3, meal time is the time they remember most of the good habits. You will also remember your meal time from homes, what your dad liked and what your mom cooked best. So meal times are life lasting. Do it well. And dad, every dinner time you must be there. Every meal time on a weekend you must be there. So these are some of the... So the opposite of anger is you have in your heart, I am a much accepted son, much accepted daughter. And my parents are well pleased with me. I am not injured. I am healed. I am well. First confession. Second one, I am much loved. I am accepted. Third one, I am content. I am well pleased. I have enough. I am growing. I am increasing. I have a lot of space for advancement and development. If you like these little slides, send me a WhatsApp number to +7631344800. What you have to say is, please sir, send me the slides on anger management. The fourth one, I know I can be healed. I don't have to always be like this. Then fifth one is important. The sexual mess-ups you have gone through will have a playing effect on you. It's not a one-night stand. You deeply damaged your inside nature, your best nature, your most tender nature, the most giving nature, the most altruistic nature, which was meant to come out on your wedding night for your one and only lifelong partner. It spilled. What happens when you spill milk? What happens when you spill the best thing you have? You feel hurt, you feel angry. You may have engineered it. You may have done it in a rush. Other victim also feels it like that. You, the perpetrator, who engineered the situation, you lured someone with some fancy glitter or whatever it is, but you are hurt because you knew inside you, this is the best altruism and sacrifice I was meant to give. I grabbed it from someone. That is the sexual hurt, which lasts a long time. It needs it needs long healing. It can be healed. If you need advice on this, you can send. I will package this to my daughter, who is a medical specialist. Then they can take you on from there. My son-in-law is a life coach. They can take you on from there. I best do these little talks to get you aware of the things that play in your life that you do not know about. So wait patiently. When you're 18, the shape of your marital partner comes up. Wait patiently. That shape will show up. The good shepherd is fair to all. The shape inside you, he made. And there's another shape that is waiting to identify and link with you. Trust the process. Don't rush the process. What's the slogan? Trust the process. Don't rush the process. Taste is better when you wait. Haste makes waste. And if you want these slides, I can send you. I'll do a full talk on this. Taste is better when you wait. I'm going to do a full talk on this next Saturday, same hour. Hang on for it. So Saturday, roughly, it's about 2:45 when I begin this talk. I hope you look forward to it, and we can learn more and more. So this is about the sexual. This is about the sexual fountain. And if you are angered about some injustice that's happening, first verify others agree that injustice, not your imagination. Then and invest your anger in a constructive effort to get it right. So these are the things I wanted to get to you. There are a few other things in anger management. Check your rise up to anger and the threshold at which you are trying to burst. So let that be not, don't burst just like that. And manage it so that your anger rises slowly. You can count to 10 at least. Notice the season in which you are provoked suddenly, unawares. That's not a good time to be in. You must know the things that will make you angry, what is contributing to anger. The dopamine effect of addictive anger comes easily. So you have to observe the season in which simple things provoke your anger. You understand? Then it's a pathological anger. Then when the anger heightens, how long this summit is there, and if you bust up in the summit, you say, I don't know what I did when I was angry. You can't be like that. So check that. And let that summit come down soon. That's healthy. If the summit is high, sustain, and it doesn't come down soon, it takes a long time, protracted, then it hurts you. Hypertension comes, immunity goes up, adrenaline is all provoked, then insulin tries to play up. That's one cause for diabetes. Your sleep gets disturbed, immunity goes down. Particularly with COVID, it's not a good thing to be. So recognize the subliminal anger, which is called irritation. Subliminal meaning it's under the surface, it's always there. It's maybe about your daughter, it may be about your husband, it may be about your wife. There's a reason for that irritation. Identify the irritation. Don't let it pass where it's eroding, it is corroding. Yes, anger corrodes good relationships. Let not sun go down on your anger. That's a good advice. And when you're angry, don't bust up. Speak with your heart and say, Lalith Mendis, get quiet. Lalith Mendis, get quiet. So the old slogan, count to 10, we are angry. That's a good slogan. So don't go to sleep in bitterness. GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, is the one that gives empathy. When you drink alcohol, GABA is inhibited. So you know how you behave after alcohol. Angry easily, pompous, gregarious, don't consider the other person, trample toes, you're loud, you want to be heard above whatever you do is right. So that's when GABA is low. You can see it's part of the anger. GABA it gets suppressed when you're angry. So for good sleep, good relationships, good thinking, check back thinking, GABA is important. We are not only neurochemicals, we have a spirit, we have a heart, we have a conscience, we have an imagination, finally we have a big brain. So there are many things in equilibrium. Before you come to the you understand? These are some of the, I told you, check your anger before it peaks, where it will peak, and don't allow it to wait peaked too long. So I'll stop now, and I'll tomorrow morning 9:45 in the vernacular, next Saturday 2:45 in the English language. Thank you.